Okay, I'm at the SoNo Collection Mall. This is a mall in South Norwalk, as the name kind of suggests, SoNo, South Norwalk. This mall is impressive. Like, very, very, very impressive. This actually opened in 2019, so this is an incredibly new mall. Like, literally, this lot was apparently just completely vacant for years before this mall was built. I just saw, like, Google Street View footage of it. I've never actually, like, been here. This is basically my first time, like, in South Norwalk, like, by car. I pass South Norwalk on the train a lot, but, well, not really a lot, but just whenever, like, I go to New Haven or Danbury or something like that. Very impressive here. I got Starbucks. The Starbucks is on the opposite end of the mall. This is the Bloomingdale's end. The Starbucks is at the Nordstrom end. The actual, like, footprint of this mall is fairly small. It's basically just this hallway, and the Nordstrom is literally just to the right of this, just at the end of the hallway and to the right. That's the whole mall, but this is 3 floors. So there's a lot of space because of the 3 floors, but the footprint is quite small. And I parked on P2, so literally I took those glass elevators to get up here to the 3rd floor. I just came straight to the 3rd floor, so I've never even been to the 1st or 2nd. But I'm just gonna put this stuff in my car, and then I'm gonna come back into the mall and try to find the bathrooms, because I definitely want to use the bathroom before I go to the station, because I actually have no idea if the station has bathrooms. It might, but I'd kind of rather use it here. So I'll film the elevator coming back up, because I don't want to film the elevator ride holding this stuff in one hand and then my phone in the other. I just put the stuff in the car. The mall is, like, fairly empty, but that makes sense because it's like a Monday at noon or 1 or something like that. That garage smells exactly like the Westchester's garage, by the way. I mean, they're both, like, upscale malls, I guess. Also, this is, like, the machine that you can use to pay for parking, and these are the elevators. I paid for parking on, like, a website on my phone. I paid $1 for 1 hour, which isn't bad, because the Westchester has, like, a flat rate of, like, $4 for 2 hours or something like that. These are glass elevators. I mean, you saw these earlier. I went to 3 last time. Now we're stopping here. Okay, I stopped filming there just because some people were getting on the elevator at floor 1, and I didn't really want to film them being on the elevator with them. But I found the bathrooms right here. I just used it. Watch how you have to get back to the mall. They make you go through the literal back rooms to get here. And this is the way you're supposed to go, because they have signs here. Like, I love how this is such, like, an upscale mall and everything. Like, that's how they brand themselves. And you have to go through a service corridor to get to the bathroom. Like, that's incredible. This is where that service corridor is, like, from the outside. It's that wall without any windows. There's the Nordstrom right there. This is the top level of the parking, I guess. This is sort of like a food court kind of area up here. Not really, it's not like a proper food court, but they have a lot of restaurants there. That's where the Starbucks is. This is called the SoNo Garden, I think it is. I want to see if I can get a view from the top of the parking garage. I think you can see the New Haven line there. I'm pretty sure that's what those wires are. I think that's literally the bridge over the Norwalk River, where the main New Haven line goes. I think the Danbury branch, actually runs parallel to the mall that way, I think. And also, I did not park anywhere near up here. I parked on P2, which is basically like the 1st floor of parking when you come in from Reed Street, I think it's called, or Water Street, something like that. I also heard a K5LA earlier, so I think there's a P32 around here somewhere. Oh, okay, nice. So there's the river. That's the Norwalk River. I was right about that being the bridge over the Norwalk River. This is actually the Danbury branch. It's triple tracked through here, but I think most of them are just sidings and stuff. And I don't know where the electrification ends, but it definitely ends somewhere before Merritt 7. I actually kind of originally wanted to drive to Merritt 7 station because they had free parking there, but the Danbury branch has, like, basically 5-6 trains a day per direction on weekdays. Today's a Monday, by the way. So I did not think that was worth it. I'd have to be on a pretty tight schedule if I wanted to make it back to Merritt 7 after rail fanning at South Norwalk. I haven't even said that out loud that that's what I'm doing today, but I am rail fanning at South Norwalk. You can probably see that from the title. That right there is I-95, which is how I got here. I mean, I obviously exited before this part because I came from the south. That right there is a playground. This whole thing is like one complex. This whole park and that playground is one complex. I'm gonna probably park down there. I mean, it's free parking down there, but like you can't really park there and then come to the mall. I mean, because otherwise everybody would just exploit the hell out of that and just not pay for parking at the mall. I'm probably gonna go up there and just like sit on the bench and eat that sandwich that I got from Starbucks and drink some of that coffee. But I do also want to like preserve a lot of that coffee for the rail fanning trip. Wow, this really turned into a 2-minute yapping session somehow. I really don't know how. This is supposed to be a rail fanning video, but there turned out to be a lot of yapping. I almost am tempted to just wait here and watch a set go by on the Danbury branch, but I don't know when the next one is, and I don't care to check. So I'm gonna just go back to my car and drive over there to that parking lot and go up there. I want to see if I can get the elevator down with nobody on it. So let's test my luck with that. So there is a P1. There's the bear. Yeah, nice. Very Windows XP background looking area over here. I basically just entered the park. That's the playground over there across that bridge, and the river is kind of like to the right of us. I think that's the garage. Yeah, that's the garage right there. Was just up there on the top because there's a Nordstrom. I'm just walking in the direction where I think that little platform, that circular platform that you saw earlier was. I think I'm going in the right direction, at least cardinally. I found the circular platform. 95 is very loud out there. You know, this is actually a lot prettier than I thought. I mean, for a park on the river, this is pretty nice, like in a somewhat industrial kind of area. It's very nice. There's the garage. Where was I? Probably there, right? Yeah, right there, basically. There's the New Haven line. I want to see if I can catch something from here. Maybe I'm not going to film it, but at least while I'm eating, I have a view of the New Haven line. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool. Is that an Avelia Liberty, or am I just high? That looks like an Avelia Liberty. What? I think that was the P32 that just sounded its horn. I don't know, maybe they're gonna have this set cross over to track 4 where we are now, and that's probably gonna be the northbound Danbury shuttle. That's what my guess is. I think the train that just passed the mini bomb set was the Waterbury shuttle, and I think maybe it's going to Stamford, and they're just gonna store it there because the website, the radar website, said that was going to Bridgeport. So I'm guessing it probably made a southbound run from Waterbury to Bridgeport and is now just going to the yard at Stamford. I mean, that's my only logical guess as to what that train just was. I love how that ACS 64 came out of nowhere, literally. I was just walking to this end of the platform because this consist is actually the Danbury shuttle and it's leaving in 5 minutes. You can see they have the rear 2 doors open, or rear 2 cars open on track 5. I have never actually seen them operate the Danbury shuttles like this before. The only one time I've ever taken the Danbury shuttle, it was a maxi bomb set like this, but I think they had it wait on one of the, there's an M8 coming. It was waiting on one of the middle tracks, and then they moved it over here after the train I was on towards New Haven arrived. I don't think I've ever seen a BL20 with two Shoreliners before, so that's definitely a first. I've definitely never seen the Avelia Liberty that close, and I definitely wasn't expecting to see this many diesels at South Norwalk. How many M8s did I see? Like 2?